Some weeks ago, I got my wisdom tooth extracted. You may be thinking, but wait a minute, I count 1, 2. I'll get to that soon. Anyways, throughout 2018, maybe throwing a little 2017, I was having a toothache around my lower right molar. It was just there when I wasn't even doing anything. They're not that frequent. They would just come in usually monthly. Very, very uncommon, but then it was until a couple months back that the toothaches became more frequent, and we decided to get them checked out and get an x-ray. And according to the x-ray, the wisdom tooth around my lower right molar was pushing against the other teeth. Then my dad and the dentist talked for a bit and decided that I will get my wisdom tooth extracted in the next week. On the way to the dentist office, I was feeling super nervous about how the extraction would go, because my dad told me it would be super painful afterwards. He's had some teeth extracted before, and I personally remember seeing my dad with an ice pack on his cheek for days. Thanks, Appa. The dentists noticed how nervous I was. And to reassure me, they told me that I would not feel anything. You'll only feel the Novocaine injection, they said. You'll only feel the Novocaine injection. But I was allowed to listen to music on my phone, which was a plus because it distracted me away from the discomfort throughout the procedure. The Novocaine injection wasn't that bad. It was just a slight stinging sensation far into my gum, like 3 seconds. And it wasn't like a minute or 2 until I could not feel anything, nor that shiny scalpel that sliced open my gum. Everything on the lower right part of my mouth was numb. I could not feel a thing, and they were pushing these sharp tools and drills around where the tooth would be. Still, I felt nothing, though the pain would be excruciating, I imagine. Occasionally throughout the procedure, I would start feeling a slight pain. Perhaps the anesthetic's effects were wearing off. Since it was uncomfortable to talk, I typed out what I wanted to say on my phone to the dentists. But as they were extracting the tooth, I kept feeling this crackling feeling, like it felt like that feeling when your baby tooth is about to come off. Or try fidgeting a couple pebbles in between your fingers, and you feel that rockiness, the crackling, or hear that scraping noise between your fingertips. That's what I felt around my lower right molar. This went on for a long time and made me wonder, why is it taking so long? And I remember throughout the procedure I listened to the song, The Final Countdown, maybe like 5 times at least. But then one moment after listening to the song for like the zillionth time, one of the dentists took out an itty-bitty tiny piece of tooth. Very, very small. And soon after that, they got a pair of tweezers and pulled out the tooth in pieces. It was later explained to me that they broke the tooth into smaller pieces because it was really into like the bone part, and it was hard to extract, so they had to break it into smaller pieces to make the extraction a lot easier. So the extraction was over finally. After the extraction, the dentist put sutures where the tooth used to be to close up the opening in my gum. Then we left the dentist's office soon after. For 30 minutes, the area around my lower right molar was still very numb because the anesthetic probably haven't worn off yet. But then once it did, at first, it started out as a slight ache, and I did not worry too much about it, hoping that it would go away soon. I was wrong. Instead, it just grew and grew, and the pain grew to be excruciating. For a couple days, I would feel a constant pain around my lower right cheek, even with the painkillers. But the pain slowly died down as time went by, and it became more mild, but that mild pain would stay for another couple of weeks. On time I am making this video, I'm doing fine. It's just that there's a tiny little space where my wisdom tooth used to be, and food gets stuck there occasionally, but it's nothing too major. So yeah, this is the story of my wisdom tooth extraction. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later.